Today's workout is a full body, intermediate level workout on the Reformer. All you need for this is obviously your Reformer and then a box for exercises towards the end of the workout. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and begin. First thing I'd like for you to do is change your spring tension. Make sure that your bar is up for normal footwork. And I'm going to apply 2 red and a blue. And those are normal springs, the first level of rows. I've got my foot bar up and I'm going to take my headrest up slightly from that position. All you're going to do is take a seat on your Reformer and place your feet on the platform right here. So you're in a seated position. We're going to begin your session here just with a tall spine, holding behind the legs and then lifting up with the help of the arms. So I want to think about my trunk for a moment. I want to think of drawing this line from my belly button all the way up. So I really think of elongating that spine, reaching through the crown of the head up to the ceiling. And just from there, I can feel the support through my spine, through my back. From that position, all you're going to do is focus on the pelvis. I'm going to go ahead and just start to slowly rock the pelvis behind, making a little letter C, keeping my arms where I have them, and then rebuilding all the way up to the top. Let's go ahead and combine the breath. It's an exhale back and inhale to rise and exhale back and inhale to rise. So we're bringing awareness to the spine, we're bringing awareness to the pelvis and just to that trunk. What's happening with the ribs and what's happening with the spine. Just starting to become aware before we get moving and grooving in today's full body workout. Rolling up. We'll go one more right here. Exhaling and inhaling at the top. From where you are, if you're comfortable on your sit bones, stay here. If you need more room for your hip flexors, if you're a little bit tight in here, scooch back a few inches. Just keep your feet exactly where you have them. From this position, I'm just going to add a rotation just so I can warm up the rotators along my spine and also incorporate my breath. Let's take our hands, place them behind your head. You can interlace lightly and then just push your head behind you into your hands. So you're still thinking of this lift from your torso and from your spine. From that position, think of lifting nice and tall. And here I go. I'm going to rotate towards my right as I exhale. Inhale all the way to center. Exhale left. So just notice if you tend to side bend or over rotate through the head, you want to keep the head with the spine and really focus on drawing that rotation from your center and not losing the lower back, right? We want to keep the lower back long, the middle back nice and long. We got 2 more each direction. It's an exhale to inhale, an exhale to inhale. It feels really good. Last one each side and around. Very nice. Now, go ahead and come on back to your center. We already have our spring tension ready for our footwork. Let's come on down. So 2 red and a blue, 2 heavy and a medium spring. I'm going to do my single leg footwork. I want to set up here with my pelvis in neutral, drawing both legs to the bar to find my hip distance. With my feet flexed, I'm going to start with my left leg connected to the bar. My heel is connected. My right leg is just going to come to a pointed foot in a tabletop position. I want to bring that leg with me as I come out. So here I go, pushing out. 1, inhaling back. Look for control. Exhale 2, inhaling back. Exhale 3, inhaling back. 4. Keep your hip bones nice and even. 5. Just starting the workout off with all of that awareness. 6. Through the spine and through the pelvis. 7. Long through the arms. 8. Inhale back. 9. Inhale back. Hold the last one out and pause. Stand nice and tall through this leg that's connected to the bar. Extend your opposite leg up. Flex your foot here. Hands can go on your hips. What I want you to do is do a circle with this right side. So I'm going to drop the leg down, come around and up to the side and back to center. I'm drawing a letter D on the ceiling. It's down and around 2. The hips are nice and stable. Down, around 3. Down, around 4. Down, around 5. And pause. Go the other way. Go out, down and up through center. Notice your hips wanting to rotate. This is all stability here. I've got to really use my trunk to stabilize as my leg travels. Last one here. I go ahead and pause. Bend the knee, return the carriage. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Flexing the other foot. Stay nice and alive through this right side. I'm going to point the other foot and then pushing out here. Taking my leg with me, here I go. It's an exhale, stand tall, return. 2, and in. 3. Remember that you're recoiling your spring with control, so you're not rushing this process inward. And here we go. 6, and in, and 7, and in, and 8, and in. Last 2. Stay connected. Hold this one out and pause. Extending this leg and flexing the foot. First position, hips are nice and square. Drawing down and around 1. So notice your hips, if they tend to open, really limit that circle. 3, draw it on the ceiling. And 4, it's down and around 5. Other way, we go out and down through center. 1 and 2. So every time that you pull the leg up through center, think of drawing this nice straight line. 1 more and 5. Rebend, come back and in and pause. Now for the toe position, what I'd like for you to do is find your toe boxes first in the hip distance right here. Your heels can be elevated and then slightly lower down from that position. What we're going to do is come on back to the left leg. Here comes the right leg in tabletop. Every time I push out through my left, I'm just going to extend through my right side so it looks like a letter L. As the legs extend together, we push out. And as I bend both. Exhale 2 and in. Exhale 3 and in. Think of your pelvis. 4 and in. Exhale 5 and in. Exhale 6 and in. 7 and in. Exhale 8 in. Exhale 9 and in. Last one, 10. Go ahead and just return from here. Bend everybody back and in. Replace your foot on the right side. Make sure that you're still hip distance. And here we go. We're going to find our ankle position first. Draw the left leg to tabletop. Make sure that you're right there over your hip, not pulling in too deep. From that position, here I go. I push out and I extend 1. I rebend together. Look for control. Exhale 2. I'm thinking of reaching this nice long line through my leg to the ceiling and back and 4 and in and 5 and in and 6. Hips are nice and square. Try not to hike the hip of the leg that's extended in the air. And 8. Keep going. And 9. And 10. Rebend together and come all the way back and in. Nice work. Go ahead and pull the knees in towards your chest and just give it a breather from where you are. Let's go ahead and dismount onto the right side of your reformer, coming up to the side, placing your feet down, and changing out our spring tension. So for what we have on, let's remove the blue, remove 1 red, and then leave one existing red on. I'm going to come to the side of my reformer here. I'm going to place my foot on my shoulder block and my knee on my bed. First position is just a standard lunge, but we're going to add a rotation through the trunk. So I'm tucking my pelvis. I'm thinking of weighting my leg into the floor. I come back into my lunge position. From here, I'm just going to take my left hand to the corner, and here comes my right arm. So I'm reaching this arm out. I'm just going to hold what I have. I'm thinking of this beautiful line from my right hand across my body all the way down to my left hip. So there's a lot of rotation right here. Holding and breathing. One more breath. Come all the way back and in to pause. Let's do that again. Retuck your pelvis. Come into your lunge first. Think of your hips staying square. Then open your arm out and reach behind you. Hold that position. So I'm actively reaching through that arm, through my fingertips, really squeezing my glute right here on my left side. Feeling a really good stretch across. Breathing and holding. One more breath, we hold. And then gently come back and in. Very nice. Let's go ahead and stay on the same side. So those were 2 rotations for this side. And now what I'd like for you to do is just do a little bit more balance work. So I'm going to really root through my right foot. I'm going to take my other foot on my shoulder block, and now my leg is long and off the bed. What I want to focus on is with the red spring that I have, can I keep my hips from rotating? So think of that first. Your fingertips are just here for balance. I'm going to come down into my lunge, nice and low, really rooting through my right side. I've got my glute, hamstring, and quad coming up on a diagonal. And again, back down, exhale 2, back down, exhale 3. Sink into your working leg on the floor. 4, exhale 5, and rise. Think of that control of your spring every time you sink into it. Here's 8, and 9. Your last one right here, hold it back. Take a moment right where you are. Good. Find your balance. Use your hand if you need to. Your knee that is lifted off the bed, I want you just to come in and tap your bed. Push hip extension, squeeze your glute. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep everything stable, pelvis, spine, and shoulders. Here's 8, 9. Last one. Come all the way back and in. Excellent job. Let's set it for the other side. Here we go for this side. I've got my knee connected to the bed. I've got my other foot right here. And remember, the first position, just to the rotation as you hold that tuck and squeeze of your glute. So coming back first, feeling that, and then opening up to the side. Holding here. Reach nice and long through this arm as you hold and as you breathe. Feels really good across from your shoulder down to your hip. And gently coming back and in. Let's reset. Do it again. Tucking here, squeezing the glute, coming back. Make sure that you stay supported through this leg. The hand is right here on the corner, and here I go. Reaching long, keeping the engagement through the arms as you hold your position. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Coming all the way back and in. Excellent. So everything stays pretty much the same, except for the fact that you're taking that leg off like that. So your knee is hovering. Your hand can be here. Your fingertips are here just to support you. And we're going to come down into this lunge position, really rooting through this entire leg, and then slowly coming up. 1, and back. Exhale, 2, and back. Exhale, 3, and back. Really sinking into this left side. 4, Keeping the crown of the head long here as you pull forward. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Rooting through this whole side, really working the side. 9. We have one more. And now we come back and we hold it. Now this rear knee is going to tap down and push back. 1. Hip extension, squeeze your right glute. 2. Exhale. 3 and 4. Exhale. 5 and 6. Keep your ribs pulled in. 7 and 8. 9. Last one. Come all the way back and in. Very nice. Let's go ahead and set up for the next exercise. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and do an upstretch series. So again, we want to have spring that is supportive for our position, but not taking away from the objective, which is shoulder stability, trunk stability, and then some hip hinging as well. So for me, what I'm going to do is just have a red and a blue. So just adding the blue to what I already have. That's a heavy and a medium spring. If you want less, that's fine. It's just completely up to you. I'm going to bring my hands first on the bar, feet on the bed, and the elephant is what we're going to begin with right here. So I want to find my arms almost pushing down into my bar, and that's going to help me with a serratus engagement and through the back of my body right here. So I'm pushing down, getting that posterior chain to start working and feeling that effort, and then my hips are coming back over my heels. So that's the goal. Now, if you're super tight in those hamstrings, you can soften the knees right here. It's totally fine. And you want your head between your arms. So right here, from this position, I'm holding onto the bar. I've got this serratus engagement, pulling down my back. And as I come back, I'm going to inhale. And as I exhale, I want to pull the heels under me. So it's almost like I'm dragging the bed and the heels in under. So if I pull back here and I pull under, I get this beautiful stretch through the hamstrings, long in the spine, and just trying to tip the hips up towards the sky. It's an inhale and exhale. Notice I'm not pushing the bed all the way back. It's just slightly behind you. So there's more effort through the lower abs, the rib cage here to pull myself back and in. We got 3 more. And 2. And 1. Come back to pause. From that position, all I'm going to do is keep my hands right here and then bringing my heels in the middle of my shoulder blocks so I'm ready for my upstretch series. Same setup. I want the arms long, serratus pushing down, keep my body very supported in the upper trunk. Now here I go. Rib cage is pulled in. As I inhale, I push the bed back. My head goes over the bar. So it looks like this. Hold. On my exhale, I go hips and shoulders, hinge it, pull all the way carefully into my stopper. Here's 2. Strong active plank. Exhale back. Feel your abs pull in right here. Inhale. Exhale. And 4. And exhale. Now notice your spring tension. We have a lot of support, but really push into your bar right here. Stay active. Don't just rely on the spring to do everything for you. Shh. Feel your shoulders, feel your abs, feel your hamstrings stretching. Last 3, it's an inhale. Stay with it. And 2. 1 more. And all the way in. Wonderful job. Place your feet flat on the bed again. And then what I'd like for you to do is just take a little rotated stretch. So I'm going to grab with my right hand on the outside of my left leg and pull my body underneath. Come back, hold the bar. Little bonus, other side. Nice work. Let's go ahead and step off to the side and set up for our next exercise. All right, so the next exercise, you're going to be in a half kneeling position facing the end of your reformer. Make sure that your blue spring gets transferred to a blue button just above the second row, and then remove your red spring. Let's go into a half kneeling position with my right leg forward, up against my shoulder block. My other knee is in line with my opposite shoulder block, so I'm not too narrow. I'm not fighting for that balance. This is all about trunk stability when we're in a half kneeling, so making sure your pelvis is under your body and you're trying to create that length again through the spine. Grabbing the straps, we're changing how we hold them. Go into the small loops, turn the palms forward. From that position, I get nice wide collarbones. So from right here, getting nice and tall, tucking the hips, I'm pushing the arms back behind me. I feel the spring tension, I feel all that effort, and then I start to slowly come up and out and then back forward. So you're drawing a little circle with your fingers. Reach behind, out to the side, and forward. And 3. Feel the shoulders stabilize here. 4. Lots of effort. 5. And 6. And 7. Keep your pelvis. 8. Last 2. Lengthening. And last 1. Come all the way back to pause. Let's go ahead and switch out our legs. So find your shoulder blocks. Find your opposite foot forward. Remember that this knee on the side is in line with this front block. And then finding your straps again in your hands. So here we go again. Stabilize. Find your effort. Reaching back, out to the side and forward. 2. 3 and 4. So notice what your trunk wants to do. It wants to go side to side or forward and back, right? So you really got to stabilize through that core. 6 as you draw your circles. 7. 8. Keep your knee over your ankle. Here's 9. And 10. We're going to pause right here and then placing our straps back onto the shoulder blocks briefly while we change positions. We're going to add a yellow button, remove the blue button. The next position is half kneeling facing the side. So let's go ahead and come into a kneeling position where my knee on the inside is in line with my headrest. And then my other leg is going to be right here. So it's more of a captain stretch. I've got my heel in line with my knee, and then this is stacked right here. So give yourself plenty of space to feel that first, and we're going to be stabilizing like this. Grabbing our strap right here, we're going to hold onto the short strap. So go ahead and interlace within the short strap. The arms are here. Strong through this leg. I can't emphasize that enough. Use your inner thigh. Here we go. It's slow. Coming across the body, hold it. Coming all the way up, facing center, hold. Then coming back and down. Feel your obliques. Feel your shoulder stabilizers. Your pelvis is being stabilized because you've got that inner thigh working right here. And up with control, up and center, and back. And over, lifting all the way and back. This is a toughie. It's hard because we've got to stabilize through the whole trunk just to complete the exercise without tipping to the side. So really think about that as you come overhead. Keep going. Using your obliques right here, pushing firmly through your right heel. Last 2. Circles, I know. Lifting up, lots of effort. One more. All the way and return. Excellent job. Place this back where it lives. To transfer sides, simply bring your knee down, spin to the other side. Now I'm going to make sure that my inside knee is in line with my headrest, and I'm right here. Just be mindful it's a light spring, so the bed's going to bump around just a little bit while you set up. From that position, I've got my heel in line with my knee. My hips are forward, and I'm really thinking of lifting here through my trunk and keeping my glute engaged and my inner thigh. Okay, interlace through the small loop right here. We're facing my end of my reformer, coming around slow, coming all the way up overhead, drawing it back. And 2. Lifting from there all the way. And 3. So really stabilize. You take that cable overhead, that rope, lifting using your obliques and your shoulder stabilizers. 5. All the way up and around. 6. Lifting. 7. All the way up overhead. Make that nice big circle with control. 8. All the way. Lots of effort in your trunk today. Here's 9. A little different. One more time. Across, lifting, and all the way back to your center. Nice work. Take that strap back where it goes, and let's go ahead and transfer into the next exercise. With your spring tension, you're going to have a blue button. If you would like more, you can have a full red spring. So first, blue button on, then remove my yellow button, and I'm facing the end of my reformer. This exercise is fantastic for eccentric control of the quadriceps. So a lot of the times we don't really train that stretched position of our quads. Let's go ahead and find it here. I'm going to have my knees up against my blocks. My hands are going to be holding onto my triangles right here above my loops. What that does is it gives me a little more tension. So here I'm going to tuck my hips, and I'm really thinking of the stretch I'm trying to create in my quadriceps. From that position, as I pull my arms behind me, I think of leaning back ever so slightly to really feel all of that contraction through my center, my trunk, and my quads. Now, as my arms come forward, I'm actually going to sit back onto my heels. So the full exercise, you can start at the top like I did, and then start to slowly pull the arms, pull the hips, pull the trunk, find a little lean back, and softly sit back. A lot of quads, I know. Here's 3. Lots of trunk support. So it feels like you're doing a chest expansion exercise. You've got your palms facing in, holding on to those triangles, but you're pushing behind. Slowly coming back. Slowly coming back. Just be mindful because, if you go too fast, you're going to use that momentum and it's not going to feel supported. You might want to dive head first, which is not safe. That's why we move really slow in Pilates and really center our body before using momentum. And up. And back. Your last one. And softly sit back where you were. Very nice. Take a moment here. Deep breath. Next up, we'll be leaving the bar and we'll be adding the box. So let's go ahead and add the box to our reformer. And for your spring tension, let's leave the blue button that you already have attached. Make sure you'll be lying prone facing your foot bar. that your chest, or just the bottom here, is going to be off the end. So you have more room of your body to lift up through the front. So what I'm going to do is come forward here and find my hands on my foot bar. And I've got the end of my box just underneath the bra line and a little bit south of that. So that gives me more space right here. I'm going to go ahead and get my elbows turned out to the side. So I've got my hands placed on the corners of the bar. My legs are engaged. My hips are pushing firmly into the box. So it's okay to squeeze your glutes right here. My legs are slightly apart. From here, all I'm going to do is push out, exhale. Now my inhale, I'm going to go ahead and lift up, pushing down through my shoulder stabilizers, my serratus. Here's my swan. And I start to slowly come back, exhale, and then repeat the inhale. Here's your exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And in. So notice what's working when you push out. There's shoulder stabilizers. I use my arms into the bar. I pull my head through. I hold that. That's a lot of extension, but support from my glutes. Lower back down. Rebend. Keep going. Inhale. Exhale. So think of that lift again through the crown of the head as you push. You're lifting your spine. You're lifting into extension. And lower back. It's very supported. We're not trying to get hypermobile here. We're trying to use our trunk to support us. Into back extension. Let's go 2 more right here. It's a slow push. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Last one. We push. And inhale. And exhale. And back into pause. Nice work. From where you are, everything pretty much stays the same. Go ahead and push out and pause. Hips are definitely going to work in towards the box, so try not to relax right there. Really push through the front of your hip crest, down into the box. Give me a little lift in your body, your upper body. So my head is over my bar, I'm looking straight ahead. From that position, all I want to do is lift my right arm up. Hold, 2, 3, return. Other side. Hold, 2, 3, return. Other side. Hold, 2, 3, return. Other side. Hold, 2, 3, return. And again, hold, 2, 3, return. Last time, hold, 2, 3, and pause. Rebend, lower down. Take a second here. From there, everything pretty much stays the same. Your position doesn't change. However, your hips still push down into the box. I want you to push out, but not lift into extension. So just keep your arms pushing downwards into the bar so that your serratus can engage. I'm still looking down. I've got my hips pushing into the box. What I'm going to do is hover my right arm and my left leg. So reach, 2 and 3, replace it. And opposite side. Reach, 2 and 3, replace it. Good, continue. Reach, 2 and 3. And reach, 2 and 3. Feel that posterior chain. Reach, 2 and 3. Reach, 2 and 3. 2 more. Reach, 2 and 3. Reach, 2 and 3. Last one each. Keep your spine, keep your hips. Reach, 2 and 3. Last one. Reach, 2 and 3. Beautiful. Come all the way and in. Carefully push yourself off of the box from that position. Come around to the front of your reformer right here, moving your bar 1 level down, leaving the box where it is. I'm going to connect my thigh bones to my bar. My hands are on the inside of my box. I'm just going to push out from this position, lengthening my spine, feeling this beautiful stretch. And as I come in, I can cat my back and extend my spine. And then repeat that. Cat the back, extend the spine. And cat the back and extend. Feels like a great way to finish our session today. So much trunk stability, so much effort in just keeping the shapes that we made today with our body. Last one right here. Lengthening through and rolling to come in. Carefully draw that carriage all the way into your stopper. Remove your thighs off of the bar and then just take a nice big reach overhead. Release your arms by your side. Thank you so much for joining me for this intermediate full body workout on the Allegro 2. If you guys have questions or comments about the exercises we did, go ahead and drop them in the comment box below. Now, if you are trying to add more equipment to your home studio, or maybe you're a studio owner and you'd like to add balanced body equipment, you can check out in the description below how to get 5% off your order using my full name for phone orders. Go ahead and check that out if that's something that you'd like to invest in for yourself. All right, you guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. If you are seeking a full body program and you would like more instruction, make sure to check out the link below. The program I have is called Foundations. I'll take you through beginner, intermediate, and advanced exercises from Pilates mat work, resistance training, and mobility. Now, if you want to feel stronger in your body, more connected, being able to move and access your mobility, and feel more stable and balanced, make sure you check out that program. You can literally do it anywhere.